Hey there, Gus Franceschi here, and if you've ever met me or talked to me for more than 5 minutes, you probably know that I fly my nerd flag pretty high, and so won't come as much of a surprise that I really like superhero movies. And so today, on Gus times 3, I'm bringing you the short version, the long version, and everything in between on superheroes. Let's get started, shall we? The short version is this. Especially with superhero movies, but with movies in general, you need to have a very clear hook to bring us, the audience, into the movie and to help us suspend our disbelief for the 2-hour runtime. But especially with superhero movies, you need to have a very clear heart that we can connect to these extraordinary people as people and go on the journey that we need to with them. And I think that the Thunderbolts, asterisk the New Avengers, hits this mark. I think that Superman 2025 just misses this mark. And I think that the Fantastic Four, the First Steps, absolutely nails this mark. First and foremost, I want to introduce you to the, you guessed it, 3-part criteria that I use to review movies. So the first 2 are from Papa Franceschi, thanks Dad, which are, is it worth seeing? Is it worth seeing in the theater? And then the third criteria that I came up with, and thanks to VeggieTales, is I laughed, I cried, it moved me, Bob. Generally, is it worth seeing? Does it say something interesting? Is it good? Is it, very, very subjective things. Is it worth seeing in the theater? Generally means like, is it a big screen movie? Is it maybe not a blockbuster, but is it something that like, oh, space, ocean, something amazing that like you're going to be absorbed in? I laughed, I cried, it moved me, Bob. This is about it finding that deeper connection I was talking about taking me not just on a theatrical journey, but on an emotional journey. Like, does it do those things? Do you have an emotional response to this movie beyond just, oh yeah, that was a fun way to, sit in a dark theater and eat popcorn for 2 hours. So, big spoiler alert. I do not want to ruin these movies for anybody, so if you're planning on seeing them, looking forward to them, whatever, don't watch this video now. Save it for later, and we can discuss it when you have seen it. If you don't care, let's continue. So, first up chronologically this year was Thunderbolts, the New Avengers. So, and let's break it down. Is it worth seeing? Yes. It has something very interesting to say, several somethings, in fact. Is it worth seeing in the theater? Yes. It is a big screen movie. I think you could still enjoy it on a smaller screen or even on an airplane, but it is a spectacle. There's some big things that happen, and it is enjoyable to see in a theater with other people. I laughed, I cried, it moved me, Bob. Yes, yes, and yes. It is a very funny movie. They crack wise, even though it's kind of dark humor at some points. I did tear up during this movie. The subject matter is such that felt like a reasonable response. It moved me, Bob. Yes, I felt moved by it. The hook and the heart of this story is very simple under all of the fantastic superhero underpinnings about a daughter and a father coming together after years and learning to grow up together. Constructive criticisms, I do tend to agree with the other folks who have said that there's a character, I think it's Shieldmaster, who like is a big character, some people's favorite, all the rest of this stuff that they, again, spoiler alert, kill off rather abruptly and seemingly maybe just for a joke. And I was like, I don't know that was necessary. I think they were trying to raise the stakes, but Be that as it may, you know, is it a perfect film? There's little things, but relatively minor. Constructive. So, Superman. Is it worth seeing? Sure. Is it worth seeing in the theater? Absolutely. Definitely a big screen movie. There's so much going on, and you know, it's shot for IMAX and all the rest of this stuff. It was very enjoyable to see in the theater. I laughed, I cried, it moved me, Bob. I laughed, I think, more than anyone in the theater when I went and saw it. So it is definitely a funny movie. I cried. Honestly, not even close. It moved me, Bob. This was the superhero movie that made me think about the heart of the movie and of the character, because I felt like it's not that Superman or the movie are heartless by any sense, it's just that the heart is sort of in the wrong place. And again, I laughed a lot, but when I walked away, I didn't feel like I had gone on the, you know, hero's journey. And it's not that Superman or the movie, the message and hook of the movie seems to be gods and monsters are people too. Which I am generally very willing to say that lots of things are people too. Robots are people too. Clones are people too. Plants are people too. Planets are people too. It is not particularly hard for me to say, yeah, gods and monsters are people too. The big moment is in the trailers where Superman is like, I'm just like you. I love, I get scared. The tone is sort of like, come on guys, like, I'm just like you. And if you have to say that, and especially your hero has to say that, it comes off a little like, oh yeah, of course, yeah, you're just like us. And it doesn't really land. Now I know for a lot of people this did work and this did land, but for me, and this is my constructive criticism, I think that movie, and especially the dialogue scenes, could have been like 10% shorter. It feels overwritten. It feels like James Gunn was trying to say a lot and have it feel like totally normal, and like, you know, you sort of feel the connective tissue of Guardians of the Galaxy and like, you know, witty banter, but it's just too much and it gets in the way of real heartfelt conversation, and it just kind of gets lost in like a bunch of words. The 2025 movie version of Superman is okay. If you have HBO Max, which we do for the summer, my favorite Superman on the market right now is My Adventures with Superman. This is a TV Y7 version of Superman that I've been able to watch with Leo, and it is so good, it is so fun, and the hook of that, it is literally a coming-of-age story, navigating friendships and your body and all the rest of this stuff through the lens of Superman, Lois Lane, and Jimmy Olsen as you've never seen them before, and it is delightful. And when it comes to more grown-up superhero fare, also on HBO Max, is the Creature Commandos, also written by James Gunn, that does the backstory and like really gets you into the lives and the pain of the individuals involved. And it is you know, rated R or TVMA, but it is really good storytelling and really engrossing and also gross. But yeah, there are great DC shows out there. This is not me being like, yay Marvel and boo DC. Like, I'm here for good storytelling wherever and however it shows up. Last but certainly not least, the Fantastic Four: First Steps. Is it worth seeing? Absolutely. Is it worth seeing in the theater? Also, absolutely. I laughed, I cried, it moved me, Bob. I laughed quite a bit, and very like for a variety of different reasons, big moments and small moments. I cried. I absolutely teared up at the appropriate time, toward the end, and yeah, it moved me, Bob. I was thinking about and feeling about and kind of dissecting that movie for days after I saw it last Friday. And it just connected in the biggest and one of the best ways I have seen a superhero movie do in a long time because the beating heart of this movie is a mother fighting to protect her family and her child, specifically from hunger. And it just works brilliantly. It connects, it is relatable, even though it is absolutely bananas and out of this world. And constructive criticism, I don't know that I have one. I know that Annie thought that the powers could have been explained a little more clearly to kind of raise the stakes and understand why, when Sue Storm uses so much power, that it was such a dire thing. But I thought it made sense, and you know, I'll go see it again. Maybe I'll come up with some constructive criticisms then, but I thought it was just a really great movie. Wrapping up, I will say, I am, generally speaking, not a comic book nerd. When it comes to superheroes, my connection is TV shows and movies. So I do not get super deep into the lore and the nitty-gritty details of, you know, backstory and all the rest of that stuff. I enjoy these things as a moviegoer and as a fan watching Saturday morning cartoons. But I do think that these stories connect in such a wonderful way to storytelling and big ideas and asking really big, important, and fun questions. And that is going to be it for this week. I do not know what the future brings, but I do hope that you stay safe, healthy, and curious. See you next time. The short version, which, okay, so I had a really difficult time with my camera setup today. I don't know why, it just didn't come together the way it did last time. And I dropped my phone like so many times, and the framing is off and all the rest of this stuff. But you know what? We're still here, we're still doing it, and it's gonna be fine.